Thank you for coming out here with me. I, I know it's verging on almost too warm at this point to really be comfortable in the hot tub, but I really did want to just enjoy it one more time before it got to the point where we honestly can't for the next 6 months. But what I wanted more was the chance to just appreciate the quiet with you before everything gets crazy again. I mean, the last 3 weeks have been nothing but insanity, but it started even before that. What with that project you had? It's felt like we haven't stopped in... I couldn't even tell you how long. I don't know that I really remember what it feels like to not be running. So I wanted to take full advantage of it while we could, before your work throws another project at you that requires your full attention, and before the next pack meeting this next week where things might potentially get a little hairy. All right. I'll take the hit on that one. That's a fair call. But yeah. I wanted to have a night with just you and me and a sky full of stars. It is, and it's a good one, I might add. Not that I like most of their music, but I'll happily give that one a pass. Oh, no. You can't tell me that you don't have bands you don't care for, but still listen to one or two of their songs. I've seen your Spotify. That's what I thought. Anyway, what I was saying before I was so rudely interrogated about my musical taste. What I was saying is that I do really love nights like this, moments like these. I've missed them, and I've missed the ability to savor them. We sort of jumped from one project to the next between buying the house and moving in, and then your work, and then Liam. It's nice to sit in the stillness and just breathe. Especially when I get to do it with you. When we can bask in this together. My parents used to do this thing. I never really understood it when I was a kid, but I think I do now. Every Wednesday night, they have date night. They still do. But every Sunday night, if the weather was pretty, they would take a pint of ice cream and park the car at the end of the driveway and sit on the roof of the car eating their ice cream and watching the stars. I always thought it was kind of weird. I mean, we have a pool, why not go get in that, or why not lay on a blanket in the yard? Those make more sense, at least to me. But knowing what I do now, I think it was more about giving themselves a quiet moment where they could just breathe in that stillness together, where Tristan and I wouldn't intrude. If they'd been in the pool, we would have jumped in. If they'd laid out a blanket, we would have turned it into family time. But taking their car to the end of the driveway, that let it be just them together in the quiet before the hectic pace of the week really took off. I know that I tell you I love you and how grateful I am that you're in my life, especially considering how bizarre and world-changing it had to be for you when I told you about magic, about the life I come from and what I intended to do. But I don't know how often I've told you how blessed I feel, how blessed I am that you're my mate. No, not quite. But I guess that is how I explained it in shorthand at the time, isn't it? That's on me. I can't believe I didn't clear this up sooner. Mate is deeper than partner. It's magic. Mate means something. I say it, I think it, and my magic resonates through me in little trips and sparks. It practically sings under my skin. I mean, it wasn't like I saw you the first time and some magical switch flipped in my brain or anything. Our relationship built and grew like any other normal one would, but there came a point where I thought about you and I just knew. It was this settled feeling in my core, this knowledge that whatever life tossed at me, I wanted to have you by my side through it. It was the realization that you feel like home. from the time I was a little girl, I knew a handful of things about what I wanted my life to be like. I wanted to have my own pack that was mine. I wanted to have a job that I found fulfilling and rewarding. I didn't know at the time it would be working with kids, but in hindsight, maybe I should have. And I knew I wanted to have a mate. I didn't know what I wanted that person to look like. I didn't care whether they'd be nascent or lucent. Those are trivial details. The important parts, apart from being able to accept magic if they were nascent, the important parts for me were that I needed someone who not only had the ability and desire to stand next to me and help me start and then run a pack, but someone who was also capable of taking on me, of being somewhere I could set things down, where I didn't have to be the alpha or in charge. I could just be hope. And with every curveball I have ever thrown at you, you've been right there ready to catch them. You're wonderful, dearest. I don't know how I got so lucky to have you in my life, to have you as my mate. And I don't think I'll ever be capable of expressing that to you enough. I love you. Oh, and I wouldn't want it any other way. I wouldn't trade you for anything. Are you thinking you're gonna be terribly busy the next couple of days? What about in the evenings? Well, it is getting warm enough for ice cream, and there is that amazing boutique parlor downtown. And I would love to start observing Sunday night stargazing with you. And for the record, I think we should. Though maybe on the roof of our house and not the car. But I'm asking about your availability the next few nights for a very specific, very different reason. I managed to get my hands on tickets for that show at the museum, that painter you love, and I have less than zero intention of going without you. Mm-hmm. That's my secret. But I have them. We actually got into the opening night dinner exhibition. If we can't make that, they'll let me transfer it to one of the other nights. There just won't be a dinner, and we'll have to pay a small fee, but that's really not a huge deal. I'm glad I actually managed to pull this surprise off. And I'm really glad that you're excited. I can even wear that blue dress you like on me so much. The one I got for that banquet party thing for your job last year. God knows I don't get enough excuses to wear it. Or to see the way you look at me when I do. Then it's a date, dearest, and I can't wait for it.